Good morning, children. Sai Ram. I welcome you all to the online class of economics. Children, today I'm again going to continue the same chapter, that is chapter number 5th, and the name of our chapter is Theory of Demand. Children, this is the second video of this chapter, and in this first video, we have covered up some of the topics of this chapter, like we have learned the concept of demand, a difference between demand and the quantity demanded. Thereafter, we have learned the demand schedule, the individual as well as the market demand schedule, demand curve and its slope, and demand function showing the relationship between demand and its various components. Now, today we are going to cover up the next topic of this chapter. We are going to learn first the law of demand. How the quantity demanded of the commodity increases or decreases just because of change in prices. Thereafter, change in quantity demanded and the difference between change in demand. Cross price effect showing how the price of the related goods and demand for a commodity are related with. And at last, we are going to cover the relationship between the income and demand and the impact of taste and preferences on the demand. So these are the topics what we are going to cover up today. Now let us start first with the concept of demand. So children, as I have already explained you the concept of demand, a demand refers to various quantities of a commodity that an individual consumer is willing and able to buy at best possible prices during a given possible time is known as demand. Or we can say that demand for a particular commodity refers to the commodity which an individual consumer or an household is willing to purchase per unit of time and at a particular price. This we are going to already learn in this previous video. Now children, let us learn the law of demand. Children, what is law of demand? Law of demand states that as keeping other things constant, there is always an inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded. If the prices of the commodity increases, then the demand of the commodity decreases and vice versa. This we have already understood in the last video where we have learned this law of demand by taking a schedule and a diagram. Children, law of demand has an inverse relationship between the prices and the quantity demanded. If the prices of the commodity increases, then definitely the demand of the commodity decreases because less people are interested to buy the commodity at the increasing prices. That is why the demand of the commodity decreases, and if the prices of the commodity decreases, then more and more people are interested to buy the commodity, and in this condition the price the demand of the commodity increases. This is a law of demand in economics. Now let us move on to the next topic. Children, these are the basic assumptions of law of demand. Once we are going to understand the concept of law of demand, these are the various things which we assume to be constant. The first assumption for the law of demand is no change in the income. We are going to assume that if the prices and the quantity demanded of the commodity affects with only the prices increases or decreases. Now here these are the factors which are remain as constant. Now first factor says that there is no change in income. The income of the consumer neither increases nor decreases, it remains same. Second is no change in size and composition of a population. It is also a basic assumption of law of demand. If the size and the composition of population does not increases, then the demand of the commodity will remain same. The size and the composition of population is yet another assumption of law of demand. Third is no change in the price of related goods. We are also assumed that there is neither any increase or decrease in the prices of related goods. Related goods I already explained in the first video. There are two types of goods in the related goods. The first one is substitute goods and the second is the complementary goods. Substitute goods are those goods which we can use in place of each other. like tea and coffee, whereas complementary goods are those goods which togetherly use for the consumption and for the satisfaction of consumers' demand. Now, next is no change in consumers' taste and preferences. I mean, consumer taste and preferences again remain same. There is no changes in taste, consumers' taste and preferences. Now, second last is no expectations of the prices change in future, and no change in the climatic conditions. These are the basic assumptions of law of demand, as I have already explained you in this previous video, whereas I have explained you the various factors, the various determinants that affect the demand of the commodity. So if you have any if you have anything which has not been clear, you just see the previous video in which everything you can find there in a detailed way. Everything is explained there. Now let us learn the next topic. The topic is exception of law of demand. Now here we are going to learn where the law of demand is not applicable everywhere. I mean, this shows the exception of law of demand. Now, children, the exception to law of demand, the law of demand does not apply in every case as in every situation. The circumstances whether the law of demand became ineffective are known as exception of law of demand. Some of the important exceptions are as under. The first is the given goods. Second is conspicuous consumption and conspicuous necessities. Expected change in price, ignorance, extraordinary situations, and change in fashion. Now move on to the next slide. First one is given goods. What are given goods, children? Given goods, it refers to those goods which are introduced by the renowned economist Sir Robert Griffin on the basis of his name. According to him, there are higher inferior quality goods on which law of demand is not applicable. These are known as the special kind of inferior goods on which consumers spend a large part of his income, and their demand increases with increase in prices and vice versa. For example, jowar and bajra. So such special varieties of inferior goods are termed as the Giffen goods, and Sir Robert Giffen is the of Robert Giffen of Ireland. This is he was the first observed person who observed that the people used to spend more their income on inferior goods like potato and less on the income on meat. When the prices of the potato increases, after purchasing potato, they did not want that many surpluses to buy meat. So the rise in prices in potato compelled with the people to buy more potatoes, and this raised the demand for potato. Next is conspicuous goods, or it is known as Veblen goods. A few goods like diamond, etc., are purchased by the rich and the wealthy sections of the society. The higher the prices of the diamond, the higher will be the prestige value of it. So when the prices of this goods falls, the consumer thinks that the prestige value of this goods comes down. So quality demand of this goods falls with the fall in prices. Some more examples of conspicuous goods are like jewelry, gold, diamond, luxurious goods, etc. are the examples of the Veblen or the article goods, which is introduced by the name of economist T. Veblen. On this kinds of goods, children, law of demand also does not apply, and this is also known as the stated symbolic goods. Third is conspicuous necessity. Children, there are certain goods, there are certain things which becomes the necessity of the modern life. So we have to purchase them despite their high prices. The demand for say the TV sets, the LEDs, and the automobiles, refrigerators, or even mobiles, etc., has not gone down in spite of the increase in their prices. So these goods have become the symbol of status. So they are purchased despite their rising prices. And some more examples, like you can say that wheat, or you can say the medicine, etc., are the conspicuous necessities of humans' life. If a person is suffering and he wants certain medicines to be recovered from that disease, now he is not going to wait for the prices of the medicines or the necessity things becomes down. If the prices of the commodity increases, then no matters, he has to purchase the commodity just for the his own survival, just for his own sake. So this conspicuous necessities itself becomes an exception of law of demand. Next is expected change in the prices. So, children, when the prices are rising, household tends to purchase large quantities of these goods out of their apprehensions. I mean that prices may still go up, or you can say when the prices are expected to fall further, they wants to buy goods in future at still lower prices. So future expectations also affect the demand of the commodity, as you know. So expected change in prices also becomes an exception of law of demand. So when the prices are rising, household tends to purchase large quantities of the commodity, and if the prices of the commodity decreases, then the household tends to purchase less quantities of the commodity. So when the prices are expected to fall further, they wait to buy goods in future still lower prices. And the next is ignorance. Ignorance is itself as an exception of law of demand. Suppose if the customer or consumer is not aware of the product prices or the product quality, then the consumer's ignorance is another big factor that at times induces him to purchase more of the commodity at a higher prices. So this is especially so when the consumer is haunted by the phobia that a high prices commodity is better in life than a low priced one. So this is called the ignorance, when the consumer or a customer is not aware about the prices, and even he is not in condition that the prices are going to be reduced in the future. So this is specially known as an ignorance of the consumer, and it itself is become an exception of law of demand. Now, my one question arises, children: why more of goods produced when the price falls, or why do the demand curve slopes downward? Downward sloping of demand curve indicates that more is produced when with response to fall in price, isn't it? If the prices of the commodity decreases, then the demand of the commodity increases, and if the demand of the commodity increases, then it goes from left to right. As usual, we have already seen in the various demand curves, the demand schedules also. Now, what are the reasons behind with this? Children, there are certain reasons behind this of inverse relationship between the on price of the commodity and its quantity demanded. Now, some of the following factors, some of the following reasons we are going to learn in this slide. Now, first is law of diminishing marginal utility. Now, children, according to this law, a consumption of the commodity increases, marginal utility of the commodity from each successive units goes on diminishing. That we have already learned in utility analysis approach, that as soon as the consumer going to continue for the continue the consumption or going to buy the units of the commodity, then the marginal utility derived from every successive units goes on diminishing. So that is why from the additional unit to be purchased, the consumer is willing to pay less and less prices. So this is also a reason of demand curve slopes downward. Now, second is the income effect. Children, income effect refers to the effect of quantity demanded, what real income of the consumer or the buyer changes owing to change in the prices of the commodity. When a fall in prices, real income increases. Accordingly, demand for the commodity expand. Now here with this point we are going to understand, children, if the suppose the prices of the commodity decreases, then in this condition, in this situation, a consumer can purchase or can consume more of the commodity as before when the price was high. So in this case, children, the law of demand also the demand of the commodity also increases, and which again shifted from left to right. So income effect is also a major component of a demand curve to be to be sloped downward, or it is also a reason why more of goods is purchased when its price falls. Now second is the substitution effect. Substitution effect, it is related with the substitutes goods. I have explained you, children, as there are two goods. Suppose tea is the goods, tea is the the using goods, whereas coffee is the substitute goods. Suppose if the prices of the of the coffee increases, then definitely a consumer will consume more of the units of the tea, and in this case, children, the demand for tea increases. I have explained you, when the price of any good increases, then the demand of substitute goods increases. And next is the size of consumers group. If the size and composition of the populations increases, when the prices of the commodity falls, many more buyers are afford to buy it, and accordingly demand for a commodity expand. And the last reasons is different uses. A good have several uses. Milk, for example, is used for making curd, cheese, and butters, and if the prices of the milk reduces, it will put to the different uses, and accordingly demand for the milk increases. So it is also a reason why more of goods is being consumed or is being purchased with a fall in the prices. So children, in the today's video, what we have understood first the law of demand. We have understood first the definition. A demand is what? It is the various units of various quantities of a commodity that a consumer is willing and able to buy at a given prices and at a given point of time. This we have already understood. Thereafter, we have learned the law of demand, where the law of demand applies. Then we have learned the exception of law of demand, where the law of demand is not applied, and we again have learned all the various exceptions of law of demand and assumptions of law of demand, and at last we have learned why there is a rise in demand due to fall in prices. So children, I hope today's videos will get you understand the basic terms of the demand chapter, and in the next video we are going to learn the next topics of this chapter. So thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, and Sai Ram.